I'm experienced now, professional.
All right, so I'm about to go ahead and prep this chicken for the grill slash smoker. So what I do first is I'm gonna go ahead. So I actually went ahead of time and cut off all the fat or the majority of the fat. So from there, I just like to tenderize it, just a little bit so it'll cook a little bit quicker and more evenly. And then what we'll do is we're gonna actually just weigh this chicken out. So I'm gonna throw that on the scale. So I don't really need to take it out the bag to weigh it, but so we got 1066 grams. And I like to weigh in grams because it's a little bit more accurate, but that's 37.5 ounces, okay? So that's very important because after we cook this, it's gonna shrink down in size, but the same amount of nutrients and protein is still gonna be that amount. So I'll explain that a little bit more in detail after I finish cooking everything, okay? But we got 37.5 ounces, or what was it? 1065 grams, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and pour this out. We'll put this into the bowl, right? Or I guess it did go down. So really 1045, so I'm gonna go with that number. 1045 grams or 36.86 ounces. Boom. And then we're gonna use some onion powder, garlic powder, seasoned salt, and this is the good stuff right here. The Sweet Heat Texas Rub. Very, very good. And then we're gonna use the mustard to make sure it coats and sticks. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. So stay tuned for that. All right, I'm not the best when it comes to seasoning, so don't judge me. I'm learning, okay? We're gonna do our garlic powder, onion powder, boom. Seasoned salt. Now I'm trying to watch my salt intake, so try not to overdo it there. Hopefully I didn't do too much. I'm sure Marcia will say something when she sees this, if I did. And then we're gonna put this on there too. All right. And that's pretty much it. And we're gonna massage that into the chicken and put the mustard on there as well. So go ahead, do that. Let's turn this off. Go ahead and add your mustard. And I'm gonna add some more seasoning on top of that because I don't really feel like that's seasoned enough. So that's what we're gonna do. Add a little bit more. All right, that should be good for the mustard. Looking good so far. Cool, cool. This is also why it's important to weigh your stuff while it's raw, no seasoning, because all that stuff is gonna add up and it's gonna throw your numbers off. So add a little bit more garlic powder. I'm just add a little bit more of everything. Some more onion. A little bit of seasoned salt. And then a little bit more of that sweet heat. And that should be good. So I'm actually gonna throw this back into the bag and I'm gonna let this, or actually I'm gonna just let it sit out. I'm about to go ahead and take a shower, get myself together for the day. So let this sit for about 20 minutes and then I'm gonna throw this on the smoker. with the grill. I'm gonna actually grill it first and then let it smoke for a little bit. So stay tuned. All right, y'all, so this is the Ninja Woodfire grill. Man, electrical. All you gotta do is plug it up. Right here, we got our pellets. Boom, that's where that smokiness is coming from. So it's still preheating, but once that's done preheating, we're gonna throw our chicken in there. It's gonna be amazing, I'm telling y'all. All right, so this is done preheating. It says add food. So I like to put my chicken on this pink butcher paper. I don't like putting it directly on the grill, but just go ahead, slide that right on there. Easy peasy. And that's it. So we're just gonna let that cook for about 10 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes, we're gonna flip, you know, and then we might add some barbecue sauce. But that's pretty much it, y'all. And you got these wood fire pellets. You just throw them in there, and it tastes and comes out amazing. So I'll show y'all that when it's done. All right, y'all. So chicken is done. Just look at how it turns out. Looks amazing. Always check your chicken. Get you a nice good thermostat. Should be reading at 165. Boom. All right. So typically I actually like to put the barbecue sauce on there a little bit earlier, but I lost track of time. So what we're gonna do is just go ahead and flip that real quick. Boom. All right. And then we're gonna go ahead and put the sugar-free barbecue sauce on there. Macros on here are amazing. 1 gram of carbs per 30 grams or per 2 tablespoons. So I'm gonna actually have to go back in the house and get some more, but you get the gist. Go ahead and put the barbecue sauce on both sides, you know, spread it out, rub it in, let it cook for a little bit, and then come grab it off the thing. And that's it. All right, y'all, so got me a fresh bottle. I just pour some sauce on each one of these. No, I'm not about to weigh this barbecue sauce out. I will be fine. Just go ahead and spread that on there, like so. We're gonna go ahead and do both sides. I'm not gonna leave this on here for too long because the chicken is all the way cooked, and I don't want it to dry up too much. Chicken breast dries out very quickly. So doing chicken thighs, then it'll be a different conversation, but we're just gonna let this cook on there for just a little bit, and then we'll take off. All right, so it's cooked enough. This is also why I love the butcher paper. Can easily slide this right on off. Grill ain't too dirty. Chicken is done. And that's pretty much it, y'all. So we got our chicken prepped for the week. Well, for a couple of days. And then we'll do it all again. All right, y'all. So this is a new fish that I'm trying out. It's called swai. And y'all, this joint looks so good. I'm about to go in on this. I ain't gonna hold you. And it's like, it's very light too. Very, very light. Light and buttery. Smells delicious, looks delicious. Yeah. All right, y'all. So the chicken is done. It's been cooling off for a little bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and weigh it now so that way y'all can see the difference and how much it shrinks. And this is with the barbecue sauce on there as well, so just keep that in mind. So it went from 1045 or about 37 grams to, Try to get all of this chicken. $7.67. All right, or 27 ounces, 27.09. So as you can see, let me go back to grams. As you can see, it shrunk about what? It's like 25 to 30%. But this amount is still the same as 1045 grams as far as the macronutrients. So that same amount of protein in that 1045 is the same amount of protein in this 767. And that's where a lot of people mess up, because they think that, oh, I need to eat more because it shrunk down. But in actuality, they don't need to eat more. They need to recalculate it for this measurement here. So that's where a lot of people mess up. They tend to think that they need to weigh it out according to this now, as opposed to the raw measurement. So you end up overeating when you try to calculate it for this as opposed to the raw measurement. So what I like to do, let me grab my laptop real quick. All right, so here's what I like to do, right? So we know that 1045 was our original number divided by 28 grams per ounce, right? So that comes out to be 37.3, as you guys seen earlier. So now what I'll do is I'll take that 770. I know that this 770 has 37.3 ounces, right? So we'll go 770 divided by 37.3. So it shrunk to 20.6. So it went from 28 to 20.6. So just so that y'all can see, I don't know what percentage that is. I don't even know why I did that. But 20.6. So now I know I can zero this out, right? So let's just say I grab this piece of chicken. Boom. 209 grams, right? So now what I know is that 209 divided by 20.6, this is actually 10 ounces of chicken, where most of y'all would typically do 209 divided by 28, thinking that it's 7.5. So that's a big difference. So that's almost 3 ounces difference, which is 28 times 3. 28 times 3. That's 84. I don't even know how many calories that is, but you get the gist. So long story short, right, whatever that initial number is, so 1045 divided by 28, you get your 37.3 ounces for this whole batch. So this whole batch right here is 37.3 ounces, right? And then it cooked down to about 700 grams. And then we divide that by 37.3, or I got the wrong number, but it was 20.6. Number was 20.6. All right, so now we know that for every gram of this that you take out is 20.6. So you multiply that by whatever number that you're trying to get. So let's say I want 8 ounces of chicken, 20.6 times 8, 165. So now I know when I pick this up, I want to get to 165 on this scale. Very simple.
I'm better now than I was when you saw that 22-year-old undeveloped kid running from Sunday Lister. I'm experienced now.